What's up, Bottom Nation? Shout out to the tops of Bottom Nation. I know I call you all bottoms because you're laughing and you're having a good time listening to the pod. And that's what I mean by bottom. I mean a comedic, experiential bottom. But to the tops who feel left out, I see you. You are valid. And you are my bottom. And then, first of all, ad-free episode. You will not hear my voice doing any sponsorships here. So this is about probably 99% funded by the Patreon, this episode. Most things are majority funded by the Patreon. So go check it out, patreon.com/WHGS. It's going to be funding my comedy special that I'm taping. You get bonus episodes, comp tickets, all kinds of stuff. It really helps. We're bringing on more team members to make even more content for you. So go check it out. And then my tour dates every Sunday in New York. And then I've got coming up Philly, Milwaukee, Ohio, Minneapolis, Pittsburgh, Charlotte. I have Charlotte in like probably this weekend. Come through. Every show is a lot of fun and different. And I love connecting with you and meeting you in real life and seeing your faces. It's such a gift to perform for all of you. And then this week, one of my favorite comedians in the city, Sheria Mattis. We get into her fibroids, which might be the largest of all time. And the last time that she was strapped while she had the fibroids. And it is a really, really funny story. And if you don't know about fibroids, it's like kind of a great uterine ovary person episode for you. I learned a ton. And yay! We have a new temp co-host filling in, my friend Maddie Wiener. They are so good. I've loved filming with them. Go DM them a kind note if you enjoy them on this episode. They're one of the funniest people that I've ever met in my life and such a sweetheart, a truly genuine, kind person. I might touch my foot during that. Can you just zoom in so my foot is not in the frame? You can keep that in if you want.
I'll do a finger blast from the past. I'll do the last time I got strapped almost a year ago.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. It's really sad because it wasn't a good time because I still had the fibroids. Yeah, I thought they'd shrunk. I had believed. We started f***ing and I used to pride myself on the way I took strap. And so I started to fake it, you know what I mean? But if you're faking it with a strap on, like that's just theater. Like nobody's...
Actually, is this a better way to hold it?
However,
that's perfect.
Alex,
actually.
zoom.
That's perfect.
Alex,
this is how you have to hold the mic.
Zoom on the for the listener at home. I'm gonna do an audio description of Maddie is fingering, deep fingering. You've never fingered a woman.
No.
Yeah, and you're fingering that mic. And you're fingering that mic like a pro.
I'm practicing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've never fingered a woman?
No, I'm
That's
like
the whole
theoretically queer.
What does that mean?
It means that, when they build a rocket and they go to space, they have to run all the models.
I've done all the math. I'm
Right.
100% into pussy.
I see.
But we have
you
not
just
gotten the
haven't-
funding.
No
Yes. Yes.
We're
okay.
still on the ground.
The program is on shaky legs.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't need any more government. If we're electing conservatives into Congress, Maddie will never finger a woman.
That'll just never happen.
But you're here on a very special day because I don't know how much you know about the podcast. We're in the apartment. We are in the apartment. I have been filming on the road because I'm touring everywhere, you little piece of shit. Okay, Bottom Nation, I need you to get out of my text list so you know that I'm coming to your city, all right? So laugh out loud, you pieces of shit. You guys are like my lesbian audience. Both of you guys were like, can we laugh at this? It's a joke. If you don't laugh at it, then I'm yelling into the void at my
I
followers.
just didn't want you to start yelling at me.
Well, I was laughing because you looked so scared. And I was
like,
also...
listen, you little bottoms. Like, God damn, this is some real top energy.
Yeah, it's Bottom Nation. That's their names. That's all of their names. They're all named Bottom. If you're listening to this, you thought you were named Diana, but your name is Bottom. But yes, I've been filming out of hotel rooms virtually, and we've been at a co-host switch.
Yeah.
So every now and then the podcast switches it up, and I didn't have a permanent replacement idea. So I've been running through people who the listeners have just been like, I really like this person. I would like to see them as a temporary co-host. So we just did The Breezin' with Brianne Williamson. Yeah. 'Tis the Breezin'. And now we're in a new era with a youngin', a back to the youth in the sound booth, but you have a special name, Maddie.
Oh, I've been told I have a new name, but I haven't heard it.
Yeah. So you, on the episode that you did,
Mm-hmm.
you said you were questioning your gender. Mm-hmm. You called yourself the question mark.
I said a question mark, and you said you identify as a question mark, and I said yes, because I'm curvy and I have a period.
Right.
Hilarity ensues.
So isn't that such a good
That's
line?
genius.
Thank you.
Isn't that such a good line?
No, that's genius.
So
Thank you.
then I was thinking, what if I called you two things?
Okay.
The formal name would be the question mark to keep me out of question. Because Maddie's, we don't like it. We don't like it. Maddie's whole job is to keep me from getting canceled.
Yes.
I was
little
thinking
checks.
the question mark to keep me out of question, but I also do want to call you the virgin because you are a gay virgin.
I'm a gay virgin.
And I don't know if I'm aging myself here, but you might be a virgin, but you can drive, and that's
No, that's timeless. Timeless.
You
Clueless
think so?
is timeless. Yeah.
I love Clueless.
I love Clueless. I would say it's one of the best movies of all time. I really would say that.
Yeah.
I really would say that.
It is. And what's her name? Alicia
Silverstone. Yes.
My queer awakening.
Really?
Really?
I
just assumed you were born like you passed through your mom's pussy and you were like, that's it. Like you just seem so in it.
You were wearing a backwards cap as soon as you popped out.
This is the placenta, actually. But no, I definitely always knew I was gay. But for me, Alicia Silverstone wasn't like a gay awakening. You're right. It was like a sexual awakening. When I saw Alicia Silverstone in that movie, I was like, that I love her. I still love her.
Do you know who mine is?
Who?
Have you ever heard of Debrat?
Debrat?
Damn it, Debrat, tat, 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 tat. It's pretty old. Okay, I'm old. She's still.
How old are you?
I mean, we're recording, so I am 28, but I'm 35.
Oh, really? Okay, that explains why you're so good at comedy. So today on the podcast, we have Sheria Mattis, everybody. I'm going to swoop in and do one of these. You are such a good comedian. Everyone talks about what a good comedian you are. I thought you were like 25.
Yes. No, I am. I actually am.
But so you've only been doing comedy for like 3 years.
Yeah.
2 of those years were during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So when I saw Sheria perform, finally, after hearing Sheria this, Sheria that, Sheria this, Sheria that.
Really?
Yes. When I saw you perform, it made me angry how good you were.
Okay, that's great.
Your crowd control is incredible.
You're the highest comedian compliment. It's
I
like I saw you
know.
and I wanted to kill myself.
Oh my
Like, oh my
God.
god, thank you so much. I'm that good.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm about
No,
to
it's
slide
true.
off this fucking couch right now. This is like, oh, it's so nice. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
so good. And I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad that you're here. And I'm so glad to be starting a new chapter with Maddie.
And
And
this is my first non-Patreon like real co-host
yeah.
episode.
We've hung out a little bit. We've done some You're Having Gay Sex episodes. Patreon.com/WHGS. Fund the fucking podcast. Pay Alex. Pay Maddie.
$1 even.
That one might also be broken.
Oh.
That's a broke.
But not, I don't know that.
I was trying to elevate the mood and I really killed it.
Yeah, that's the
Oh
buzzer,
my god,
though.
I'll learn this.
Yeah,
I'll learn it.
honestly, we need to update it because we're gonna put Kate's laugh on the soundboard too.
Oh, perfect.
In honor of Kate.
In honor of Kate.
But yeah, so that's I don't know. You were saying something. Who was saying something?
Sorry, we were talking about how you're a virgin who can drive.
Right.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, back to me being a virgin.
Maybe
God
something-
forbid we forget that.
Maybe something like. So your job is to keep me from getting canceled, and I'm wondering what kind of virginal. I don't know. Write in
Sounds like I'm
about
like
Maddie's virginity.
I'm like a gay virgin hall monitor. I mean, it just gets cooler every word you add.
The hall monitor.
Oh God. Are you saving it for?
I'm gonna go with you're like our little nerd. You're like our virgin little dweeb. That's like, Ashley, technically you can't say that. You're the dweeb.
No, those windows don't open. I want to kill myself. No, that's good. That's very befitting my vibes, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I love it.
Very
I feel like
SpongeBob vibes.
if
Like,
this is your first non-Patreon
Yeah.
thing, and I think the more we talk about what a virgin you are, the more likely you are to get some pussy.
just to
Oh,
get
yeah.
bullied
for
into
sure.
Well, when Maddie was on the podcast,
Yeah.
we said everyone slide into Maddie's DMs. And we talked about this before on the Patreon, but I think it bears repeating.
Everyone did, and it was really nice. And then I was really overwhelmed because there were like 200 like lesbians and pretty queer people being like, hey, if you're ever like in this city, and I was like, so thank you. It was
Yeah,
really
and
nice.
also if you're looking to
I was just about to say, you better slide into these DMs, please. Somebody does like 200, and nobody was like, I feel that.
No, it was that I was nervous. Here's the thing that people don't get. People, like, I have friends who like.
I love that you think that she was turning them down.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't like, and none of them were up to my standard. No, I was like mortified of like talking to a pretty girl. Like, but here's the thing that people are like I have friends who make fun of me and are like, oh, you're bisexual, but you like haven't slept with anyone. And it's like, but I've barely slept with men. It's like not, it's not that I'm like not gay enough. I'm like not anything. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like the ratio is like 200 to 0. It's like 2 to 0. Like it's it's like soccer game level. You know what I mean? It only takes one person to turn the whole score, and then we're, you know what I mean? It's not a basketball game.
We can
it's a
still
soccer
turn
game.
this season around.
Yeah.
You're no longer theoretically queer if you're comparing it to soccer. That is officially gay. Like really.
Oh, this is going to be a fun episode. This is good energy. This is great energy, especially because it's fucking hot in here.
Thank you for saying it.
This is another reason why so if you're listening and you're like, oh, I love this podcast, we're moving. I'm moving, and we're getting a dedicated space in the apartment. It'll still be this couch, and it'll still be this amazing sign that Alex made, but also patreon.com/WHGS, because one of the reasons we're moving is so that we can run air from outside of the room so that it won't affect the sound, but we can not be sweating our fucking asses off. That we have it permanently dedicated. So please go fund it. And these are our last few. Oh, I'm going to cry. These are our last few episodes in this apartment where we started this. And I'm just really honored that we've made it to this level, and that I'll have a bedroom door. That's another really big part of it that I'm super excited about. But anyway, let's get to you. Let's do.
Yes,
what do you? So you're a comedian.
Yeah, I do that.
pretty new comedian.
I'm pretty new. I feel like it took me. I was always like a comedy nerd.
Yeah.
Like that was always my thing, but I have multiple mental illnesses, not to brag. But like I had really bad anxiety, really bad depression, kind of bad agoraphobia. But I loved comedy. Like I was one of those people. Like I used to follow
Which
Mark
one's
Maron.
agoraphobia?
When you're afraid to leave your house.
That's what I thought.
Yes. So I had that pretty bad. So it was like, I'm not gonna do comedy. That'd be insane, you know? So I never.
Because comedy creates mental illness.
I mean.
That's what I don't think people realize. It's a brutal field.
Well, and it's like the worst thing for all three of those is like you're in like a huge crowd of people, the anxiety of being on stage, and then the depression of like the lows of like you're gonna bomb eventually. And like, I mean, I relate to that hugely. It's like the worst thing you can do. We're doing it forever.
It wouldn't have made any. It still doesn't actually make any sense that I would do comedy, but I did. I went to Asia and I started doing like yoga and like all that stuff. And I'm medicated, and I am medicated, very very medicated. Don't worry. And like that,
and maybe in therapy.
Yes, and I'm in therapy, but I wasn't in therapy for a long time. I wasn't in therapy for a long time because I was traveling and didn't have money.
Can I move from comedy into your fibroids?
Yeah, sure.
Because
that's a weird thing to say.
Can I just slip into your fibroids real quick?
Absolutely.
If there's any like room in there.
I do now, but I didn't.
While I know the listeners love comedy stuff, they love sex stuff more, and uterus stuff, and body part stuff and stuff like that. Because you talk about it in your act.
I do, yeah.
You are without uterus. You're sans uterus.
Yes. I'm traveling light. That's right. I got extra room. If I ever need to like do a carry-on luggage and I don't have enough, you just pop them right up in there.
Do you have extra? So what does that mean? Why did you do it? Let's start there. Why did you do it?
I mean, I just knew that the Supreme Court was just gonna fuck us over. No, I wanted to be prepared, unlike the Democrats. No. So I actually tried a billion things. Before it got...
I'm assuming because it's quite a deal, quite a thing to get your uterus removed.
Yes, you
had fibroids.
I had a ton of fibroids. I had all the fibroids, and they were really big. They were so big that I can get explicit, right?
Yeah.
I literally...
Can you get Are you
Oh,
joking?
yes. But see, that's different from like, I was going down on her to like, my fibroids was sticking out. Like, it's not.
I like that you have a
sexy.
gender transition during the these fucking fibroids.
I feel like a mechanic.
Right. I'm gonna slide under Sheria's hood and I'm gonna check out these fibroids. I'm on a dolly. Roll me under there.
That's how they do it at the gynecologist.
It's kind of true.
It is kind of. I always think of it as like shop talk. When I have to stop. This is another thing I'm working on in therapy. But like when you're going through that process, because it's such a long process. Like when you're going through that process, your connection to that part of you is just mechanical. Right? You're just like, yeah. So what's going on in there? You know, like there was no more of the.
You have a lot of people poking around down there. You're trying to get a diagnosis. It becomes.
And the way they talk to you, like they talk to you mad fucking out of pocket. Like literally, I woke up during one surgery and the doctor was literally saying, "Oh my God, her uterus is gigantic." That is an actual thing.
And you woke up and you went, "Oh my God, thank you."
I know, right? I woke up. I was like, please put me back to sleep while y'all talk mad shit about my uterus. Like, what the fuck? Can you believe they talk about you like that while you're under?
They're like doing a stand-up bit. They're like, her uterus is so big.
How big is it? Like,
This uterus is so big. I don't even have it.
I had that when I had to get a pollinidal cyst removed. Do you know what that is? It's like a cyst, but it's like at the top of your ass crack. And apparently 1 in 10 people get them, and there's just a stigma. So a lot of people actually have them. But just a stigma about talking about it. My doctor said that. He was like, 1 in 10 people get it. You just like don't know about it because nobody would ever tell anyone that they had this because it's disgusting.
Yo, I have got to get
okay?
a girl to check out my butthole.
It's so painful, but the doctor, apparently mine was like really bad because I had to get full surgery for it. And when they like, so we're just relating to you on the like people judging you. Like I went to the doctor.
No one's having sex with you, Maddie. That's so crazy.
I think that those things might be.
We haven't gotten to the worst part, which is that they spread open my ass cheeks, and I heard the doctor behind me go. And I was like, no, you can't make that noise. And he had like medical students shadowing him. It was like 4 people looking into my asshole, and he went like a disappointed horse. It was the worst moment of my life.
Okay, there's a Friends episode like that.
He looks at your butthole, goes, "Can we get the bigger pliers, please? I'm gonna need the biggest scalpel you got. You don't have the 8-inch? Call the other hospital.
Call the butcher. We need a meat cleaver." No, doctors literally should not be allowed to like say anything other than like, yes, technically this is what's happening and goodbye.
Yes,
We're very off the rails. I don't want to interrupt you, but I was thinking people might not know what a fibroid is. But
Yes.
say your thought, because I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I just when I went for a consultation for one of the surgeries, the doctor greeted me and said, "Sheria, nice to meet you. You, young lady, have a very large uterus." I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you people? That's not. How you gonna talk to me like I was beat his ass? Like how you gonna talk to me like
You're
that?"
crazy.
To be fair, though, if 2 people have said it to you, you probably really do have an enormous uterus.
No, it was very large.
And
yeah.
well, let's introduce ourselves, because we haven't even really introduced
Oh shit.
Sorry, yeah,
So-
I have anal cyst, Maddie. Nice to meet you.
We're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. I'm Ashley Gavin, cis, gay, white woman, she, her pronouns. Come see me on tour, patreon.com/WHGS. I'm going to do a special, and we're gonna fund it. We're going to fund it on Patreon. I don't know. I'm all over the place. And then, as always, for the next little while, but also for the first time, your hall monitor to make sure I can keep sliding down your hall. Keeps me from getting canceled. It's Maddie Wiener, everybody! Yay! Do you mind introducing yourself in the style that I just did?
Yes, I'm Maddie Wiener, she, they pronouns, figuring out gender stuff, bisexual, born in the fall. What else was it?
I think you did it.
That's it. And I do comedy, and that's how we know each other. And
Yes.
Yeah.
And go follow Maddie on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is @MaddieT.Wiener, and I got stand-up tour dates on there, all that good stuff.
Very good. And Tria, do you mind introducing yourself in that format?
Yes.
Whatever you think the people need to know at home.
Yeah, I'm Sheria Mattis. I am a cis, queer, woman. My pronouns are she, her, though. My pronouns are she, her. There's no, yeah. And you know, I have no uterus, so get at your girl. You know what I mean? Get up in here.
And so just to dive back in, what's a fibroid and why did you have to have it?
Yes. So fibroids are benign tumors that grow along the uterus, usually outside the uterus. Some can be inside the uterus. And they're usually like very common. They're very common. Most people have them. Y'all probably have them. Sometimes, mostly they're very small. Like they're like pea-sized, you know what I mean? But like mine were massive. Mine were very big and had probably been growing since I was like a teenager, right? So I'd had symptoms always, and I complained about them.
What are the symptoms?
Very extremely heavy periods, extremely painful periods. Like you can feel them sometimes, like when they're very large.
Oh my God.
Yes. Oh, it gets real graphic. Like you could feel them from the outside, but when I finally got them checked out was when I like was masturbating and I could feel it like protruding from out, like past my cervix. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and which is terrifying. Terrifying.
Wait, this is gonna be the grossest question ever, but what do they feel like?
Asking for a friend.
Like smooth meatballs. I don't know. How do you like mine were relatively smooth, but like, you know, just like flesh, you know, just like gross flesh. They're not great. It's not great. it's not quality. They feel like kind of smooth. But
You were like, they're cool. They're like a fidget spinner.
like a
I keep it for when I'm bored.
Oh, I wish they had some sort of
Like, don't cut it out. If you could just like carve it into a. I'm so sorry.
Can you add an axle to it? Because if you can add an axle and I can give it a quick.
Yeah. It was actually kind of weird to like, sometimes I would literally just like in the middle of the day just
Check in on it.
Check in on it. Just
so, but
Whoa.
I imagine in most cases they just remove the fibroids.
So some cases, like they have the myomectomy, right? But my like up front, they kind of told me like you should get a hysterectomy, and I didn't want to do it. So they could put me on. Usually they'll put you on if you catch them early enough, they'll just put you on birth control until they're small enough that you can just do a myomectomy. But because mine were so large and so numerous, like there were so many of them.
Are you a superhero?
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound sort of like an origin story?
It kind of is my origin story. It's my villain origin story. But it's definitely my origin story. Like I've completely like, cause you become obsessed with it and it like set me down this rabbit hole. So I ended up writing a pilot about it. And now my like manager is trying to sell it in the back of
That's great.
the truck. And it's like getting some, you know, because people have it and like they don't talk about these things. Like my mom had them.
Yeah.
And she never talked about them until
Well,
was
now
about to
I'm
get my
super
hysterectomy.
worried I have them.
I mean, don't be super worried. It's fine. You're probably, they probably, if you have them, they're probably super small.
Oh my God, thank you.
But yeah, no, you're like skinny, so it's like, they're like cute and slimming. But like, if
That's a joke.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be body negative about your fibroids. But like, ask. I had to specifically ask for an internal exam to check for fibroids. Ask specifically because there's a huge like chasm in most medical schools, even gynecologists, about like learning about fibroids, even though they're so common.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I go back for my PAP soon, so maybe I'll get a fibroid.
Yes, I never have to do that. I don't have a cervix anymore, so I don't have to do that anymore.
You still have your
The eggs.
eggs,
Yes.
which is great.
Yeah, sure. It's
I
great.
mean, yeah, I know. It's like, are we gonna have kids? Is the planet gonna melt?
I don't care about that. I don't really care about that. I'm definitely not
This is the grossest thought I've ever had. But wait, do you have sex with men? Can I ask you that?
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Because-
you.
That's
too.
a good
I'll just-
question. I technically have sex with some men, but mostly not cis men. Is that?
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That wasn't the gross question, by the way. I was like,
No,
this
that
is
was pretty
disgusting.
fucking gross.
No, because I was like imagining if I. This
How
is
could
so
you fucking
graphic.
ask her that?
This is so
That's
graphic, but I was like,
disgusting.
Is that how you see me?
This is we're having gay sex. How fucking dare you? You're fired. Get out of here.
well, I was gonna say another kind of not gay thing, but it made me laugh.
Well, my question was, I did wonder if it feels different.
Well, because I was thinking from a guy's if I got my uterus removed and I had sex with a guy, I know that he's like, I've been with pretty lucky. It was with guys who like hit my cervix before.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
But I'm like,
that sounds so lucky.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
How fortunate of you that you've been railed into oblivion.
But I'm just thinking if there's nothing there and he does it, and then there's just like wind on the tip of his dick. You know what I mean? Like that's really funny to me. If it's like open, if he
wind.
No, yes. If you go down on me and like make a sound, you can hear an echo. Like, it's perfect. It's amazing.
And I understand the difference between a uterus and a vagina, but I was genuinely curious whether or not it affected.
I mean, so here's the thing. I actually haven't had strap since the hysterectomy.
And we're going to do it right now.
Yes.
Patreon.com/WHGS. The content you've been waiting for.
It is the content.
How deep inside of Sheria can we get?
Oh my god!
Waka waka waka! No.
You're like, I go all the way through now.
Yes. I had a joke like that when I had a joke like that I used to try out a little bit, and people were horrified.
Well, this is the most banter we've ever done up top, I think.
Oh shit, my bad.
So
Yeah.
no, but the reason I wanted to do it was just because I felt like we've never had this perspective, and I really wanted the listeners to. So we're gonna get into the gay sex if you guys are cool with the gay sex.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off the end of you talking about the
Oh,
fibroids,
yeah.
though.
What was I talking about?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Okay, as long as I didn't.
Am I doing bad hosting? Because both of you guys are like so kind of bottomy every time I jump in, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna do that. You guys are like, yes.
I'm so sorry. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that we're all comfortable.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, I have gay sex this week? What day is it?
It's Monday.
God, I would kill to not be able to keep track.
Right? God damn.
I don't think I've had gay sex this week.
Really?
I haven't had sex on the road, and I have not gotten. Yeah, I think it's.
You're in a relationship now, right?
No.
Oh.
No dry. It's been a dry week. So I'm gonna do a finger blast from the past. I cannot believe that I've never told this story. So I'm a camp bitch. I love camp. I went to the same camp. You love camp?
I love camp.
I went to the same camp my whole life. I was a counselor there. And then I did 4 years of counseling.
And then I never changed out of the uniform. That's how much
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Because that was a really clean read. It really was.
Here's the thing, though. If I weren't a comedian, I'd clearly own a camp. My personality is camp counselor. Like, that's my... And I do feel like this podcast is weirdly... We're managing a community. We have a Discord. It's a great Discord, by the way. It's on my website if you want to go and join. It's super... It's got 5,000 queer people in it, and it's like a really nice invite. Yeah, do the fingering claw.
Yeah, I feel like this is the easiest way to hold the
Yeah,
mic.
do
I'm
it.
not even
Yeah.
kidding.
So, but I love camp, and I became the junior counselor in training. I was what we call the bungalow counselor, which is the highest level of counselor that you can get to. And I know bungalow doesn't mean anything to you guys, but
it's so funny to explain camp stuff to people who weren't at your particular camp. Because you're like, I got to Eagle rank. Oh, you're not cheering. Okay. See,
Wow,
if you lived in like the greater
really...
Wisconsin area, you would like know that it's like kind of a legendary thing and like only 5 people get it. Like, oh, sorry, bungalow. Can I re-enter the room and react accordingly?
Yeah, I know, because you really looked around, bungalow. And we were like, okay. No, but I feel you.
But I was a bungalow counselor, and the group of kids that I was in charge of were the 16-year-old counselors in training.
Okay.
And I absolutely love that age. I love working with teenagers. I think it's the most fun because I'm not like a little teeny kid. I'm like most comfortable like 8 and up. And I would even say middle school and up. That's like the age group that I work best with. And so I just was so excited to do this. And I had my own little cabin that I lived in alone. Now the rest of the camp was tents, was canvas tents.
What?
Wood
I've
floors.
never. I'm with you. I'm like, I'm not.
That's some ghetto ass shit. What kind of fucking camp is this?
No. It was really simple living, and I loved it. And I was hell bent on bringing my girlfriend up for the summer so that I could share this. So she came up, And it's really cute because she was the tent counselor. She was tent 1, the littlest kids in the whole camp. And I had the oldest kids in the whole camp. And we were dating. The thing was, we weren't allowed to tell anybody that we were dating. Because this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
This is 2010 that I was there. And also, like, I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud because I'm about to alienate my relationship with this camp. But the camp directors were so fucking gay.
Of course.
They were so gay. They
Like
lived
all
together.
camp
They slept in the
Yes.
But the thing was, they never came out, and I'm not even sure that they were physically intimate. Like, I think they were like very old school lesbians in that, like, they really just were very good friends.
What? Is that an old school lesbian thing?
Do you know what I mean? Like, they were so repressed that they couldn't even.
Yeah.
They weren't like technically a couple.
Yeah.
Like they were obviously in love with each other, but they weren't doing
They didn't
anything because
touch.
of internalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I really believe that because they
That's
were
some, like Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
right.
Shit. That's
right.
crazy.
Exactly. Because the reason I think that before I was like, no, they just don't tell anybody. But this was a really hard summer for me because I came out to them and my campers asked me if I was dating the girl and they were 16. And they directly asked me whether or not I was in a relationship with a woman.
Hmm.
And I was like, I'm not lying. Because I'm in a position now where I either lie or I tell the truth. And so I told the truth and they got really mad at me, the camp directors, for coming out. They explicitly, they wanted me to ask for permission. They were just like, and I was just like, if you guys were gay, like if you guys were fucking, you guys wouldn't be weird. Like, do you see what I'm saying?
No, but they also might just be weird like that because there is like this fear that the gays are trying to.
Yes, I do think at that point there was a legitimate fear, and still, that if you are a queer person and you're queer and you're running a single sex organization.
Oh, it's an all girls camp.
Yes. That the parents are going to be, I think it's much less than it used to be.
I have bad news for those parents. Your kids are fucking gay. Your 16-year-old child is like, I really want to spend my whole summer.
I thought you were going to do the opposite and go, if you are sending your kid to a single sex organization, the directors are always gay.
Yes, that too. But also, your kids are gay. Your kids are gay.
Right. And it's like, yes, we know the whole thing. But the reason this story is funny to me is because we would try to have sex and it was very difficult for me and this girl to have sex because, you know, it's camp and it's all tents. But I had the one cabin. And so what she would very sneakily do, and if she ever got caught, man, we'd both be fired like that. So what she would very sneakily do is sometimes on our free time, we would go into my cabin, which was called the bungalow. I'm a bungalow counselor. Thank you. Yeah, the respect I deserve. We'd go into the bungalow, we'd draw the shades, and this is a flimsy little cabin. Like it's very small. We'd close the door, we'd lock the door, and the lock is a bathroom hook. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like a little teeny whoop in the whole bathroom hook. So there was just this very hall monitory counselor. Give the hall monitory counselor a name. What's her name?
Virgin Hall Monitor?
Virgin, yeah.
Hey, that's my name.
I'm sorry. Catherine.
Catherine.
Oh, that's good.
So Catherine, like, was just always, like, very by the book, the rules. Like, I was a lifeguard, so she always wanted me to do this lifeguarding shit. And I was like, I'm not doing the lifeguarding shit, Catherine. Like, I'm a bungalow. Don't talk to me like that. The bungalows didn't have to do the lifeguarding shit. I don't know why she was asking me to do the lifeguarding shit.
You're right.
I'm a bungalow.
You're right. She needs to give you the respect that you
Exactly
are entitled to.
Whatever. I'm entitled to some respect. I put in my years. I did the lifeguarding. I did it.
Yes.
Now I'm a bungalow. I have other responsibilities. I don't have time for lifeguarding.
Yeah, like fucking your girlfriend on your break.
Exactly. I've earned the little lock on the door.
Yes.
So periodically on a 45-minute period off, we would have just the quietest sex of all time in this bungalow. But then I don't know, must have been some sort of emergency. And when I say that this person was like hall monitor energy, it was just like by the book all the time, just like super like well, technically, we need to. I sound like a bully. I sound like
No, I know who you're talking about. Like the narc bitches.
I know, yeah. She was a narc.
Yeah.
I never did anything to Catherine. The only disrespect that I did to Catherine was she asked me to lifeguard, which I felt personally was disrespectful. And I respectfully said, no, I'm not lifeguard.
I'm on your side.
Thank
Fuck
you.
Catherine. Yeah.
I don't know if you're friends with Catherine, Maddie, but
I'm on your side unless Catherine has a more successful podcast. And then
it's so weird. Catherine has a huge gay sex podcast.
No, God, I really was. I'm dumb. I was hoping.
I'm like, Catherine is Corinne Fisher from
just-
Guys Who Fuck. Catherine's Raina Greenberg. Catherine's Joe Rogan.
I would fully believe that.
So anyway, Joe Rogan says to me, no, so Catherine, so I'm having a sex break with my girlfriend. The lock is on the door. Catherine runs up to my cabin and starts banging on the door. And we're fully naked in a twin bed. We pull the blanket over us. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I understand it. I think there must have been an emergency. And I said, and obviously it wasn't a real emergency because there's never been a real emergency at this camp in history.
Yeah.
I've been there for 12 years. There's never been one single real emergency. Something's wrong. And she keeps banging. And I go, she's freaking out about something. Because I keep being like, okay, I hear you. Thank you. I'm getting changed. Because that was the only thing that I could come up with to keep her out of my thing. And she keeps banging. And I'm like, please, I'm getting changed. I'll be right out. I need 2 minutes. I'm getting changed. And when I tell you that Catherine ripped the lock off my fucking door, she ripped the lock off my fucking door. And my amazing girlfriend at the time went so flat on that twin bed, pulled the blanket up over her. So it's just me tits out at the top of the bed. I pulled the blanket up over my boobies. I had a full conversation with Catherine with this naked woman like down by flat on the bed. And Catherine had no idea. And she was like, I'm so sorry that I walked in on you naked, like whatever. And then I just put my clothes on and I never got caught. And I fully thought, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to get fired from my favorite job in the entire world for having gay sex with my girlfriend in the bungalow. And it's going to be like a legendary, like I'm going out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Just the gayest place ever. But can you believe that she ripped the lock off my
So
door?
what was the conversation that you had? Was it, what the fuck is your problem, bitch? Why no?
I never, because I think I was just so happy to not have been caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think I was just fully like, thank God.
It's so annoying though
You're a
if
good
someone who's
person.
by the book gets anxious and then is like, I'm breaking all the rules and I'm breaking into your bungalow.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No, I have my theories.
You-
I have my theories.
What do
I'm
you
very
think?
curious.
I think Catherine was in love with either you or your girlfriend and knew I think y'all thought y'all were being slick as shit, but like y'all
Yeah.
on the way to the bungalow, like everybody knew y'all was fucking, but they, you know what
Well,
I mean?
everyone knew we were fucking.
Including Catherine, who was like, not on my watch.
You know what's so cute? She had the little 8-year-old campers. And so one of the campers picked up on our loving vibe and would constantly look at us and be like, you guys are making a lot of eye contact. Like she would say things, like she understood that there was a romantic vibe between us, but she didn't know how to articulate it. And she would be like, you guys are staring at, she would literally be like, you guys really stare at each other. Like this little 8-year-old kid. It was so cute.
Y'all were being so fucking obvious.
Yes.
I could tell that you weren't. You're like, we got to be in the closet. Like,
Well, I'm
tugging
a
each other
simp.
down.
So it was not, it was, I think maybe people thought I think there's a possibility people knew I was in love with her and maybe it was not reciprocated.
You think?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think everybody knew that she was fucking,
Yeah.
including Catherine, who was
I
trying
think
to
the
be a
point
hater.
was you couldn't get caught. Everyone could know, but you couldn't get caught.
Yes, for sure.
Especially as gay people, you'd be fired immediately.
Exactly.
People got caught straight all the time.
Yeah.
And they were never fired.
Yeah.
But the gay people were fired.
Yep.
And it was like a big deal.
Yep.
Was there
It
anyone
was a big deal, like, for, like, to be a gay camp counselor, like, at the time in 2010. Like,
Yeah.
it was a big deal. It was
Yeah.
a big deal.
Well, let's go to you.
Yeah.
Listener, no, you won't hear my voice on any ads today, which means this is heavily funded by Patreon, patreon.com/WHGS. Thank you. As you guys know, We have many weeks where we don't do any ads, and we do way fewer ads on average than our similarly sized counterparts because of the name and content of the podcast, aka gay shit and sex shit. We sort of hit the intersection of two kind of taboos for media, for advertisers. So go help us out. You can donate as little as $1 a month. Patreon.com/WHGS. And then I am going on tour, Charlotte, Philly, Milwaukee, Ohio, Minneapolis, Pittsburgh, and Irvine. Those are the ones coming up, and we have more being set right now. So get on the text alert, because maybe you'll miss an episode. Maybe you'll miss me coming, but you will not miss a text from me. So, yeah. Sheria, did you have gay sex this week?
No. No, I did not have gay sex this week. So, I'll do a finger blast from the past. I'll do the last time I got strapped, which was almost a year ago.
To the day.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. It's really sad.
Yeah. Are you grieving?
I am. You know what? I kind of, because it wasn't a good time, because I still had the fibroids. I thought I thought they'd shrunk. I had believed. I had been on all this. I'd been on the Lupron. I'd done the uterine artery embolization. I did a bunch of shit, and I was just kind of like feeling like it was smaller, and it was definitely smaller, and I felt like it was small enough that I could take strap.
Did you
again.
mostly have one big fibroid?
No, it was many,
Okay.
but the one that I was most concerned about was the one that was closest to my cervix.
The one poking out to
the
say
one
hi.
poking out, yes. The big one that I call Felicia. She get like really.
You literally buy Felicia your uterus?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
That's
you
beautiful.
Got there. That's right. Yes. I had to name her because it was like she was ever present in my mind and nobody else could see her. I went a little crazy. But I fucked this I was at a show. I met this non-binary fuckboy. You know what I like.
I actually don't know what you like at all.
You know the type of white I like.
I don't know. Why did you point at me and go, you know the type of white that I like? I have never been so aggressively profiled in my life, Sheria. You know the type of white I like.
No, because I tried to fuck one of your friends. I told you.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
That's my type of white.
I do know the type of white you like.
I like a fat ass and a short hair. So like, you know, we were hooking up, everything was going well. But they were a no touch me top, which I am not a fan of. But so they brought two straps.
Because you like to give.
I like to. I like to be up in it. I like, let me touch something.
And to those of you who don't like to be touched, there's a partner for you as well.
Yes. Oh my God, there are tons of partners for you. Trust me.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, I imagine there are plenty of people who just love to be gone down on, never have to reciprocate.
Can you fill me in on no touch top?
Oh,
this fucking nerd.
Gay.
This fucking dweeb.
Baby gay, I love you.
So for some reason or another, maybe just preference, maybe because of gender stuff, all kinds of reasons, there are people who just prefer not to have their junk touched during sex.
Oh.
Touch me not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
Usually
a lot of them.
tops because they're giving.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if
Be
you're
a really wild listener. If you know a touch me not bottom, please write into your having gay sex, because I need to know what that was. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I would love to know what the logistics are.
Do they have? Okay, never mind.
I'm like, do they have touch
Q&A.
me not cis men? I've been looking my whole life.
Called serial killers.
Oh no.
They're called serial
Guys,
killers.
I don't like to kiss. I'm like, but what? I've never had that happen, but that'd be horrifying. But do they make strap-ons that have like a vibrator for the wearer?
Yes.
Because that'll change my life.
Yeah. Oh yes, they have, and they brought one like normal size vibe in a fanny pack. We went on a date and they brought a fanny pack full of two vibrators.
Legendary.
One was like normal size, medium size, and one was fucking massive. But
How big was the fanny pack?
It was a pretty big fanny pack. It was like one of those like
It's a duffel bag strapped to this person's waist.
Yes, basically. You ever seen those like big?
Very big. Okay.
Yeah, those big like biker fanny packs or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought they had things. It was just full of vibrators, and so they threw them out on the. And I was.
Sounds like a drug deal.
It really is.
Got your stuff.
It kind of was. I was like really horrified actually by the second one. I was like, tie that big bitch outside because I couldn't. But it had like a vibrator on it, so I wanted to. It didn't work.
It was a strap with a vibrator on it, and the vibrator was stimulating
them. Yes, and me, but I not really because it was just too big. And so we tried the other one, and that was too big too. I was like in so much pain.
Oh, the strap part of it, the part inside you.
Yeah,
was too big.
Was it? What did you think the belt was too big?
I don't. Just kept falling down. Sorry, I lost a lot of weight. Been hitting the gym. I can't keep my strap on. No, I mean, I can't keep my strap on.
Oh, I love that. That's great. No, yeah. So
I don't know that we have one.
Oh, you don't have
We have that, but
you don't have a rim shot.
We need a rim shot.
Yeah, come on, Alex. I don't know.
We said on the episode with Kevin McHale, we got to get the Kevin McHale rim shot. We'll add Kate's laugh and the Kevin McHale rim shot.
Yeah.
Alex, can you do a thing where you make it a rim shot and then you go, Kevin McHale? Okay. And can you use the way I just said it? Or you can do your own version of it. Okay. I'm not going to artistically mess with the way that you want to make the Kevin McHale rim shot. Because I'm a good boss.
He didn't say nothing.
Great.
He didn't say nothing.
Let's keep going. Alex, back in your cage.
So yeah, no, we started fucking and I used to pride myself on the way I took strap, you know what I mean? Like, and I think like rap music really cause you'd be like, this pussy, do tricks on it, go like, you know what I mean? And you can't do that, and you're suddenly like, I'm letting Trina down, you know what I mean? Like, you don't feel like yourself anymore, and so I started to fake it, you know what I mean? But if you're faking it with a strap on, like that's just theater. Like nobody's having fun, you know. So yeah, that was like we eventually gave up.
Strap on. It's just theater.
Really? I mean, and so you're just like, what am I doing here? So that was the last time I fucked with a strap. And I tell that story because now I am free and clear. And
that's wonderful.
Yes, and I started putting. Thank you. That's just my pussy clapping. And I haven't had. I feel like I got a new pussy almost. You know what I mean? And I haven't been strapped yet, and I'm looking for the right stud. I don't know how many studs listen to this podcast. Fuck.
It's a predominantly white
audience.
audience.
Yeah, you know what? Non-binary fuckboys with a fat ass. I need a fat ass. I love a white.
But the thing is, I do know the types of whites that you like. So, listener, write in. I thought that would get a bigger laugh.
Well, I thought we were ready to get a description.
Oh. Like literally all of my non-binary listeners look like that person that you're describing.
Yes.
So I think you'll be fine.
Yes. I do like titties and a fat ass, but I'm good with whatever. I do like a fat ass.
You've mentioned it about 45 times.
I'm sorry. Look, it's what I like.
You like what you like.
I like what I like. But, at this point, whatever. You just got to have
a fat ass.
A fat ass, preferably, but good stroke game and not
you
toxic.
pull out a long receipt.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Actually, I'm glad you asked. you just gotta turn to page 54 in your books.
Exactly. This is new pussy. You gotta meet the criteria. Come on.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you. I probably don't, but yeah, thank you.
That's so. The thing you said about theater is truly one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
It's so funny.
So do you? How long have you been out?
I've been out since I was 15, 16.
Damn.
But I did date men for a little while, in college.
Yeah. In terms of sexuality, are you dating men at all?
I mean, I am attracted to. Okay, so what's funny is I was attracted to men, but I honestly think it was a hormonal imbalance because I'm not even kidding.
It's a medical anomaly.
I swear, because like I started being attracted to men like in college, really, and I was like, "What's happening? What's going on with me?" And I think it was the hormones because the fibroids.
I was about to say the fibroids.
Yes, and then I took Lupron, which gave me menopause symptoms and ended all my periods, and from then I stopped being attracted to like all men. Then like I think the symptoms started to let up and I'm like attracted to some men now. But you gotta be like really pretty in the face and you gotta have a fat ass. So, like,
Shocker. Shocker that you're into a fat ass.
Sorry. Even when I was like into men, you still had to have a pretty face and a fat ass. But like now, like even still, like the men that I was attracted to.
You're talking about cis men.
Yes,
queer,
even trans men. Like
right.
You gotta have a pretty
I
face and a fat ass. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me for implying that anyone that you fuck doesn't
have a fat ass. I have fucked some people without a fat
Basically,
ass, but not many.
I could not be less your type.
No,
I have absolutely no ass.
But you have a pretty face.
I do have a nice.
You have a pretty face. You got nice hair.
I have a nice face.
And you know, you could put a little something.
I've really tried.
Have you really tried?
I have tried. If you I don't know, if you like running your hands across like a smooth wall, my butt might be the butt for you.
No, listen. You're white, so I think the criteria is different.
No, because I have dated white girls with great butts.
What? You can have a great ass and still have a small ass.
You can also be black and have a flat ass.
You sure can. It's really sad. It happens. It actually 1 in 4 black people.
And for less than the price of a cup of coffee a day,
you can buy a BBL for an afflicted black person.
Well, that was so funny. Thank you for sharing. We're gonna go to Maddie. Maddie, did you have gay sex this week?
I did not have gay sex this week. Thanks for teasing me. Still a virgin.
Yes.
I did not, but I did.
We should check in on your status. we have like a blackboard here that literally just says 500 days since Maddie's.
I'm
tally marks.
Invested.
Tally marks on
tally
the side of the
marks.
wall like I'm stranded on an island.
Dude, to your headboard. They just get shakier and shakier every day you go without pussy.
I
I made
cannot.
my vibrator into a Wilson, like from. What's your zodiac sign?
Bitch, I am there, okay? I am right there.
That was so funny. You're like out to sea, your vibrator's floating away. Wilson! No, it's a non-binary name. It's Kiosk!
I know that's your joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your joke. Okay.
So funny.
Anyway.
I did not have gay sex this week, but I do have a finger blast from the past of the time I. Okay, the way I presented the story to you is a spoiler. So I'm earlier when we were off the podcast.
I don't remember.
Okay, then good.
Well, it's good to have like geriatric millennials in your life. Your stories are fresh.
In one ear, out the other.
Fuck you. No, it's not my memory. It's that I don't give a shit. Go on, whatever you were saying.
So
Fucking
this
virgin.
is
Fucking dweeb.
this is a very dweeb
You're
story.
so sweet. I'm worried that the listeners who don't know you are going to be like, Ashley, you're really mean to Maddie.
No, it's like really, it's good. It's fun.
I'm
It's
going to
good
get
fun.
you laid, dude.
Oh, I thought you were I'm gonna get you, like I'm gonna make you cry. Like I'm gonna like I was like, it's fun when she roasts me and you're like, I'm gonna get you. One day it will not be fun. But thank you. Okay, wait, this is a very dweeb hall monitor like anxiety story. Is I was and I apologize, it's very straight. But okay, well
You
it's
don't
not
have
I
to
was
apologize. Some of our listeners are straight. Many of them are not gay. You know what I mean? A lot of them are bi or pan. Some of them have slept with men, even if they're gay now. Why does no one literally?
I'm hung up on gay.
Some of them them have slept with men.
Because when
I'm enacting my youth cancel powers for gay.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
do
yeah.
I play? Charlie. What the fuck noise do I play for that?
whatever you want. Just not the goal one because that breaks the soundboard. I guess the
what
buzzer
is sex guns? What? Oh, sex sounds.
Yeah, play
What
that
is
one.
this?
So the thing is, when I say gay, I mean I use gay as an umbrella term. Gay is like literally anyone who has
like
done
queer.
queer.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I just like it. But
I
then,
thought you were using it like.
No. I'm not being like, like actually gay. I'm not canceling my whole fucking career right now. The real type of gay. Not the stupid gay that you guys are. The fake gay. No, I mean real gay. Gay. The people who matter.
Yes.
That's satire. I don't know why I'm coaching the show last night was so whatever. Continue.
Okay, so the story, very Hall Monitor vibes. I was with this guy who would later become my boyfriend, but at the time we had only been seeing each other for like maybe 2 weeks, so it was not like we were basically just still hooking up at this point. We were not in a relationship, and I was at his house.
How old were you?
This was like 2 years ago, like a few months before COVID.
Okay.
I was in college.
Okay.
Sorry not to brag because I'm just like so young and my pussy's so tight.
I was just gonna say. I could feel your tight pussy from here. You better fucking work.
You know what? They've got a uterus and everything.
That's right. That's crazy. Sounds ghetto though. Uterus.
I was with this guy. We've been hooking up, and I was like at his house, and then in the middle of the night, I like woke up and I like felt insane. felt like hot and lightheaded and like something's wrong. And so I stood up. He was still asleep, and I stood up and I like walked towards the kitchen. Like he had roommates in this kitchen, and I like next thing I know, I'm waking up on the floor of the kitchen. I had passed out and fallen onto the floor, and I was like,
"Are you a fainter?"
No, I've never fainted before in my life. And
that
I was
must
like,
have been really scary.
I was like, I feel really bad and weird. And I just passed out, like legit cartoon passed out, like fell on the floor and had like hit my body. And I was like, so I went and woke him up and I was like, something is like really wrong. I don't know what's happening. And this part of it is a little fuzzy to me, but apparently he was talking to me, and every time I passed out again. I passed out like 5 more times. And every time I stood up, like one time he handed me a water and I like just dropped it and passed out. Like I was like out of it, and he was starting to be like, this is really weird.
He was starting to be like,
no, he was
this
he
is
was
why
like,
you have to be gay now. Because,
Yeah, what?
because men being like, she's fainted 5 times. This is starting to feel like maybe I should
After the
Google what happens.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah,
but
after the 7th.
After the 7th time, it's like,
I'll text a friend.
I guess we can't fuck. I guess it's weird now.
No, he was very like nice about it and was like helping me, walk me to the bathroom, and I was like, let me just like go to the bathroom, maybe I'll feel better in a second. And I went to the bathroom and I peed blood, and I was like,
bro,
I was like, I am dying. And he was like, yeah, this is fucking insane, like we're calling an ambulance. We called an ambulance, they come to the house. This sweet man who like we had only been hooking up for like 2 weeks, like we're not in a relationship, and he was like,
I will say this type of experience is when you go from the hooking up phase into the dating phase.
Fully, I was like, I'm in love with this man now.
Yeah.
Because
You
he got in the ambulance with me and like stayed in the hospital overnight until like 5 a.m. But this is so funny.
To be fair, you kind of have to.
Yeah. Also, it's like, what are you gonna be like? Okay, bye. Let me know how it goes. I'm dying.
I'm
You're-
a
if you're-
I'm gonna find another thick bitch. This one's broken. No. I'm sorry. No.
This one's broken.
Excuse me, this one's peeing blood. I'm gonna have to send it back.
Can I return it?
Sorry. No.
Like, is there another one? We're alone in your house right now. We're on customer service. When he came to the hospital with me, and we were like,
No,
in
you
the
just
hospital,
Amazon Prime that shit. They've got Prime now.
They will.
When we were in the hospital, this is just like a side note, but we looked it up and it had a 2-star review for a hospital, and I was like, that should be illegal. It seems crazy, but Yelp was like, this hospital sucks. And I was like, this is not subjective.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here on that. Is there a hospital with a 5-star review?
Yes, we looked it up. This one was bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because like my dad died at New York Presbyterian. I don't know how I'm leaving that hospital being like 5 out of 5. Listen, I'm scarred for life, but the service was impeccable. My dad died right on time. Not a moment early, not a moment late. He went quietly, he went peacefully.
Juice after. 5 stars. That's dark.
That's so funny.
Anyway, continue.
Oh, but so we're in this shitty hospital, or no, it's like an ER or whatever. And then we get there at maybe like 2 a.m. We're there till like 5 or 7 a.m. We're there like all night. And he's like staying with me. And then finally they're like doing all these like blood tests and stuff. And then eventually like whatever it was, like 7 a.m. the doctor comes in and he was like, yeah, so you have a UTI and you're dehydrated.
That's it.
He was like, you passed out because you didn't drink enough water and you have a UTI. I was like, I'm dying. And they were like, just drink water and wash your pussy,
Wow.
you gross bitch. And that was all it was. And he was so...
Well, they gave you medication for the UTI.
Yeah, they gave me antibiotics. And we were walking home and he was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude.
Wow.
Like, it's like I dragged us to this ER. This guy like barely
But
knew at the
that's
time.
the thing about the human body is it does weird shit even when it's not a total emergency. And I will
Yeah,
say, like,
but it felt like I was dying.
I have like a medical thing that makes me faint a fair amount. I used to faint all the time. But what I didn't realize is exacerbated when I'm dehydrated or I haven't eaten enough food. And a normal person might not faint at that. But like because of my stuff, it's crazy. The human body is crazy.
Well, and it's interesting because since then there's been 2 different times that I've been with somebody who was like a stranger who was like passing out, fainting, freaking out, same thing. Like, I think I'm dying. And I was like, I've been here before. The blood's rushing out of your head. Lay on the ground. Don't try to stand back up.
Exactly.
And both times they were like better in like 10 minutes. And it's not like this crazy thing that never happens.
No, it's a true. You just need to lay on the ground, stay flat, eat, drink water.
I mean, I'm not trying to bash the people who have sex with men, but I heard that dick gives you UTIs.
I believe it.
Yeah. I know people who it's true. Because men, no shade, don't wash their dicks sometimes.
Alex washes his dick. I make him do it
You
before he
make him
comes
do
into
it
the
before-
apartment. I have a special shower out there. It's not even a shower. It's a hose. I take the hose. I lead him outside. I say, Alex, wash that filthy dick. Wash your filthy dick before you come in. Get in all the crevices. I don't know what they are. Don't tell me about them. Get the balls. Get the taint. Wash your filthy, filthy dick, Alex. I don't need a UTI, okay?
You get spreads. It's airborne. You get put a mask over that thing. It's true though. Dicks are. The people always talk about like how pussies are woo, and they do. They have all kinds of things going on. There's flora and fauna, but like dicks are like, and they don't wash them correctly. Like lesbians boil their dicks. Men don't boil their dicks. They barely get up in there. You know what I'm saying?
I think the broader message here is hygiene is important and it affects your sexual partners. So take care of yourself. See your doctor. Wash your filthy dick.
Boil them.
And you gotta pee after sex.
And you
I was
gotta
just
pee after
passing
sex.
out and
Yes.
falling asleep. And it's
Yes.
like, you can't do that.
I do know a number because I've slept with so many bisexual women. I do know a number who they say like when they have sex with men, they get yeast infections or they get UTIs.
Yeah, I've gotten
So-
like 9 UTIs in a year if I'm like regularly
And
having
I will
sex.
say right
It's
now,
like-
I've never had sex with a man. I've never had a UTI or a yeast
You've
infection.
never had sex
Whoa.
with a man?
And that's why when I say gay,
That's right.
I mean that we are an elite
That's
species.
fucking right. You've
I'm
never had
kidding.
sex with any kind of man, any man at all.
No, I've kissed a man.
But you've never had sex. Someone's adventurous. But, like, you've
I don't know
never-
why I called him a man. We were teenagers.
Okay, so not even. I feel like
Yeah,
teenage
a
boys.
boy. I've
Yeah.
kissed a boy.
Yeah, no. So, but you've never.
No.
Wow, crazy. That's
Yep.
cool. You think you'll do it like as like a bucket list thing, like before
like
you
just as
die?
a joke, like for the bit.
like, like when you're 85 and you think.
I have thought about it from like a scientific perspective. I'd be interested to like know what it feels like, but the idea of violating my own like body, that, you know what I mean, like, because I wouldn't be into it. It's like drugs. I don't do any drugs. I don't drink. but I am fascinated by the idea of what it would feel like. But I would never jeopardize my sobriety and my, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I would never do that. And for the same reasons, I would not have sex with a man, even though I think it might be interesting.
Yeah, no, it's bad for you. So definitely, it's definitely like cocaine in that way.
It kills a lot of people every year.
Yes.
Well, this is maybe our most male bashing episode.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
For the straight men and the gay men who listen, and all the men, no matter what type of man you are, we love you. If you've got a dick, we're sure it's very clean. And thank you for going to the hospital with Maddie.
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
really nice.
That was really
That's
sweet.
really
It was very sweet.
Do you still hook up with him or whatever?
No, he lives in a different state, but
He goes to a different school.
Yeah.
He's
I
super
promise
good.
he will. And
Yeah.
he's not my mom, and that story's not about my mom. My mom did not drive me to the hospital. It was a boy that I liked.
Let's do some plugs. What are you working on? Where can we find you?
Christ on a cracker. All I do is work. But what am I working on? I'm probably gonna try to get Loud Bitch Comedy back together.
What is that?
Oh, it's a show that I used to do, a queer femme BIPOC comedy show with one diversity comic who's a straight cis white man. So Loud Bitch Comedy, please look out for that soon.
And what are your handles?
And my handle is Sheria Mattis Comedy on Instagram, and Sheria Did That on Twitter, and Sheria Did That on TikTok.
Good. Are you posting?
Barely. I'm really bad with the social media
You
thing.
are a very talented comedian.
And
I hope that people are able to go and find your stuff online because you are so talented.
I will be posting more stuff. My manager
and
is
you do
yelling at me.
Sunday school all the time.
Yes, come see me.
A regular on Sunday
Yes.
school.
So, and sometimes I'm at Stand Up New York. If you can stand to be there, I'll be there. It's really fun when I'm there, and when I'm not. Also.
All right, weird stand-up New York shout out on the podcast. Maddie, you want to plug anything?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram and YouTube, Maddie Wiener, and my Instagram is Maddie T Wiener. Post stand-up there, and I also have all my road dates at the link tree in my Instagram bio, so come see me on the road.
And if you're not following me at this point, fuck off. All right. Patreon, tour dates, the whole thing. Thanks, guys. Listener, I think I made it the gay thought this week, guys. Tour dates, Patreon, blah. The gay thought this week. Are you even here? Listener, that's my gay thought. Listener, are you even listening? Help! Is anyone out there? This is the gay thought. Are you still listening? Should I even be doing these? I'm straight now. Oh, I love sucking dick. La 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 la. I have a boyfriend. Have a good week.